Good morning. Bright. It's not quite bright yet, but early. About 6:30 a.m. We're going to listen to this the rest of the day. We're just getting set up here down at our Berkey farm. I left about 5:30 this morning. And we're going to start spraying corn. So we've got 250 to 280 acres to do today. We'll see how far we make it. We got to get everything set up and start flying. So we've got the first field here is like 78. And then everything else is about 4 miles from here, all in the same block. So we're gonna get this one done and out of the way, and then move over there. It's a beautiful morning. It is a little foggy, which I don't think the fog is gonna hurt us at all. The really wet leaves, yeah, it is what it is, right? It's going to dilute our chemical down a little bit, but it might also help spread it and coverage a little bit more on the leaf. I don't know. I don't think it matters a whole lot. And we got to go. We don't have time to sit around and wait for perfect conditions. And as soon as the leaves are dry, then it's too hot to spray fungicides, so we aren't going to worry about it. So we're loaded up here, half-mile long rows, which is fine, but we can't make 2 rounds. We can't make really even 3 passes. We can make like a pass and a half, and I think it's just best to leave it a little bit short and spray a full round, land and refill, and keep going. So we've got like 9 something gallons in there. We pushed our spread width out just a little bit because there is no wind, and it makes us a little bit more efficient. So just kind of giving a chance for the batteries to charge. I got 2 dead batteries, but we'll be fine. We'll keep caught up. So we're gonna send it off. Launch number 1. What time is it? 6:36 a.m. See if we can be done before 7 p.m. Oh, it's so freaking cool. Oh yeah, we're gonna get great coverage here. That's beautiful. I did grab some paper clips today, and we'll try and get our water paper out later, but if I did it right now, it would just turn purple because of all the water on the leaves, so. Off it goes. This is the field next to the housing development over there. You can't see it because of the fog, but we're right next to a subdivision, so they'll get a show once we get over there. The fog will probably be lifted by the time we get there. So this is a lot busier road than what we've been working on for the most part, and we're right on. I thought I was going to park along the road, and then I'm like, we got plenty of room to back in here in this corner, but we've had one gawker picture taker so far. We'll see how many more we get. There's bike paths along here, and there's a Toledo Metro Park right at the end of the road down here, a half mile, so we get a lot of bikers and foot traffic along here. That's kind of cool. Starting to get the sun poking through the fog. It is 7:36 a.m. and we've been out here for exactly an hour since our first flight. Look at this. 36 acres an hour. That's really good. I will take that. Now this is probably as good a fast of conditions as we're going to get, right? We're relatively wide swath width. We're spraying fast. We're right next to where we were taking off and landing from, so short taxi distance, half-mile long efficient rows. But still, if I can do 36 acres an hour, we are covering some ground. That's awesome. So we've made, I think it was 10 flights. Yeah, so now we're up to 92 gallons covered. We were at 88 when I started this flight. I think we're on flight number 11 right now, so we did 10 of them in an hour. 6-minute average. Yep, we're doing just fine. I didn't set my tent up here because, well, the fog and it's cloudy and not real hot right now. By the time we get done here, we'll move and the sun might be coming out, but yeah, it should just take us a little over an hour to finish here, really. We got 39 acres left. We got 37 done, so hopefully easily by 9 o'clock we'll be moving on to the next group of fields. it's been another hour here, and our productivity dropped off a little bit doing the far side of the field, but we are up to 67 acres. I don't know what we're at. We're at 36, so we did 31 in that hour. And we're down to 3 more flights, including this one, and they're partial flights at that. So I got 1 more round to do. We got a little partial pass over here, and then we've got a perimeter of the field, and we'll be out of here. So I was trying to decide. I think our tank is going to be down low enough that we can stop at the farm, which is between here and our other group of fields, fill it up with some water, put our remaining fungicide in there. I've got enough. I've got 7.5 gallons. We usually put 10.7 in, so I don't have enough to fill a whole tank, but I'll have to do the math on how many acres 7.5 gallons of my Miravis will cover, figure out how much water we need, add it up to there, and then I've got some boron back at the farm, and that'll give us all the chemical we need to go and do the rest of those, so we won't have to stop and reload later in the day. Our fog has mostly lifted though. Sun's been peeking in and out a little bit, and we're over by those houses. Yeah. Oh, that is so awesome to watch it laying it down. Let's see if I can zoom in on that. Dang, that's cool. We do have a wet spot that I remember to being up there, sort of drowned out, or really wasn't ever planted very good. I put a non-spray area in there, so we're not wasting chemical on corn. It's no good. There's actually more in there than I thought there was going to be, but yeah. So now it's in the far opposite corner of the field from where we're at. You can see the electric lines there that we're staying away from, but it did sense them, and it's going to turn around and head back, and we'll come back and land, and then it's got a partial pass down there. We'll finish and start the perimeter. It's wet too. There's water in that spot. I did notice that on the way down here. I'll show you in some of the other fields, but there's a lot of water laying in some of the end rows. Not in this corner, but in some of the other fields with low spots on the corners and stuff, or less tile, there's a fair bit of water laying around. We've had quite a bit of rain here, and more consistent rain than we've had back at Waldron, so these crops look pretty good. I haven't walked out in any of them because of how wet the leaves were and stuff. We'll do that later this afternoon, but it's we're in really good shape here. I think everything looks really good. Coming at you. You can really see how that chemical pushes out from the prop wash. That's how you get a wider spray width. I mean, there's no wind. It's not blowing there from the breeze. It's blowing there from the prop. So that, there's a no spray zone in this corner. It's not, yeah, it shut it off. Closer than I would have liked it, but it definitely shut it off as it went overhead. Should run out real fast, see if it avoids this tree. Ah, there it ran out. Okay. So we got to make this one pass down the side. Yeah, we need like, I don't know, 3 gallons. All right, this one is done. We'll wrap her up here, strap everything down, and go fill up to get to the rest of it. So 2 hours and 20 minutes to do, what I think it said 74 acres. 76.3 acres. 2 hours and 20 minutes. I think that's pretty good, and I'm really happy with that. So we had 50 gallons left in there. We need 175 more gallons. So we should have 225 when we're done. We're just gravity feeding water out of these 3 tanks that are completely full from all the rain that we have had here. So that's easy. There's my 7.5 of my Miravis, and I have a shuttle of boron in there. I'm going to need to get, it was 70 acres worth, 70 times a pint, whatever that is, 70 divided by 8, be a little less than 10 gallons, 9 gallons-ish. Easiest to just gravity feed the boron in, so we did that. So we were all loaded up and ready to go. The old 4440, she's still sitting here not being used. Be nice to get it back to Waldron. Anybody want to buy a grain bin? I have tried twice to sell this bin and had 2 people back out on me now. So it's still here if anybody wants it. It's the 24-foot Baughman bin. It's an 8,000 bushel bin. It's in reasonably good shape for being a 1980s put up originally. All the pieces are here. They're all labeled and numbered really, really well. Somebody come and buy it from me. I would love to go out here and look at our beans, but one, I don't want to take the time to do it, and two, it's muddy, like muddy out there. I need to go back and look and see how much rain we've had here recently, but there's a bunch sitting in the driveway here along the side. Like, this is totally different than back at Waldron. Now we've gotten that, you know, about an inch of rain in the last 4 or 5 days up there, so it's reasonable, but it's wet here. We would not be doing fungicide with a Haggy right now. I can assure you of that. It is too muddy for that. So, and I'm sure the beans are going to need sprayed soon, but I think the ones at Waldron are going to need to be sprayed first. So even though the sprayer is in the barn down here, we're probably going to take it back to Waldron, spray all those beans, and then come down here and do these. Thought there was a chance that I might just do these a little early and then go back and spray the rest, but that's gonna happen. See what I mean about it being muddy? Oh boy. Standing water right there. We're off the road, but I made sure to keep my front tires on the grass so I can get out of here. Get on the trailer and stay on it. Walking in this mud. Alright. Well, we're 66 acres in this field. I've got it all set up here, including a non-spray area in this corner. Let's unstrap and get spraying. 9:38, first flight takeoff here. Now, we have 66 acres in this field. We have that field. We have that field. And then there's a little 13 acres on the other side of another road down there. That's it. That's what we've got to do. So 67, 65, 60, 13. If that's the goal for today. It's all right here. It's all really close. In fact, these two fields here, we'll have to see. I might look at spraying them together. I don't know if I can do that with the boundaries in here, just select both fields, because the rows go all the way through on the other side of the woods there, and we might be able to make rounds and like really long rows. Might make us a little more efficient. I don't know. We'll see how that goes, but I'm gonna get this one done first. We're moving right across this field. We've got 54 acres done. I'm on the other side of that building site down there. We're on the far side of it. I didn't realize there was an electric line across there. Fortunately, the detection went off and stopped it before I was under it. It went under it fine, but then the wires droop in the middle, and that's where you're going to run into problems. So I don't have an exclusion put in there, or a no-fly zone, obstacle, whatever, so I'm just kind of manually doing that when it gets down there. We're going to cut off that point. The poles are in the two house slots on either side, so there's not a pole in the field, which is why I forgot. We're flying our perimeter pass here. I'm going to try and walk out here and put some paper out, but I got to avoid this electric line first. All right, it's coming quick. We're going to get so muddy. Tree. It's going around it on its own. It's okay. Nope, it's not. Now it is. All right, we're going to go out here 2, 3, 5 rows. That should be on the edge of our pattern. And I just want to clip these papers to these leaves. Just like that. So we have one on the bottom and one on the top side, and we'll see how much coverage we get. We're going to go out here another 4 rows and do it another one. Just like that. You'll notice we're on the ear leaf. That's the important leaf, so that's the one we're on. So, all right, we got to get out of here. Here comes the plane. Plane, the helicopter, whatever you want to call it. It's right there. All right, we're going to have to go and land this and refill it because it's not going to finish. And I need to be here for it before we go back and check those. Okay, right there. We got like 3.5 gallons to spray out here, so I'm gonna get it started and airborne, and then we'll go grab our papers out of there, and then we're done with this field, and then we'll just drive across the road to the field on the other side of the road. I don't realize how good of a job that plywood does there, blocking the sound until I get around the side of it. I'm like, dang, that thing is loud. Now, the question is, can I find where I put those? And the good news is, it's muddy enough I'll be able to see my footprints. Right there. See, we got some brown silks here. This corn's farther along than anything. This was the last planted stuff. 103 day, that's why. Ugh. 1, 2, 3, 4. We should be right here. Oh, right there. Alright, so there's our coverage. We got a little bit on the back side of that one. Not a ton.
Task continuing.
There, we got good coverage there. Not much on the bottom of that one. I'm surprised by that. I really thought it would penetrate a little bit farther. I mean, we're getting good fungicide coverage on the top sides of the leaves, but it's definitely not swirling it up and under like they had told me that it was going to. So, interesting. We're going to do that again here in a little bit. Maybe we'll do it on an upper, I don't know about an upper leaf, but a different set of leaves. But yeah, it's definitely penetrating the canopy, getting it down here, which is where we want it. I know it doesn't show up real well in the film, in the video, but you can kind of see the sheen from the droplets that were just sprayed down there. Like, the coverage is good on the top sides of the leaves, and it is a systemic fungicide that is getting into the leaf and translocating throughout the leaf. So, you know, Combine will tell the story this fall, won't it? All right, it's done. We got to get back to the trailer. We have moved to our new location. We're going to be here for a while. We got 60 acres on this side we're going to do first, and then we'll start in and do this side, and then we'll pull over to the other side of the woods and finish over there with that stuff. So we can probably do close to 100 acres from this spot. Corn looks good. We're definitely sitting up higher right here so I can see a little bit better. That's kind of nice. Drone's over there making its first pass on this field. I think we're going to have to set the tent up. Although now I got some trees for some shade, but the heat is starting to pick up. The humidity is still sweltering out here, thick. Starting to sweat, but so far it's been a nice overcast morning. It hasn't been super hot. It's been really nice for doing this, but that's about to change, I think. Now the boss is here. My Uncle Jack. He usually comes down here to Berkey every day to check on things and keep an eye on stuff. I wasn't sure if he would find me back here or not, though. I'm pretty far off the road. Alright, what are we? 32 acres across this field, so a little over half. I have drained that tank completely. We've started pulling out of this one, and we've lost our shade. Time to set up the tent. We have made it to 1 o'clock. And, well, the shade and the cloudy overcast was really nice while it lasted. Oh. But now it's hot and sunny, and like it was yesterday. Maybe not quite there yet, but it's coming. So we've got 20 acres left in this field and 65, so that's 85 and 30. We got it right at 100 acres or so to go. We're not quite going to have 100 acres of chemicals, so we'll probably use it all up and then be out of here. 3 hours. Should be another 3 hours, which to do that much today by 4 o'clock is impressive. Cool. We are flying through it, literally. All right, so we got that side done. We are starting onto this side, 65 acres. Minus some around the trees and whatever else. What does it say we're actually going to do? 62 acres. Take us a couple of hours, and then we'll be about done here. We will have to relocate. I'm going to try and do all of this on this side, and then we'll go park on the lane on the other side of the woods down there, so we don't have to keep flying around the trees the whole time. So we've fallen a little behind on getting batteries charged. I was doing really, really good for a while there, and I haven't had to wait yet, but that battery needs to go on the charger. This one might be done, or should be done, about the time that the drone gets back. So, yeah, well, it is what it is. Oh, see all this short corn along the edge here? That's all deer damage. That's from the deer coming out of the woods, and they bite the center of the plant out, the whorl, usually right above the ear. Some of those may still produce an ear, but they lose a lot of leaf tissue and photosynthetic ability when they deer take half the plant away are about done here. I had to turn off the smart resume because there was one time when it wanted to fly over to the other side of the woods to start because it was closer than going over here. Problem was when it got on the other side of the woods, I lost connection. The darker shaded area there is all the stuff that it flew without connection to the controller. That was a little bit nerve-wracking and scary, so I walked down there until we regained connection and we got it. But we're finishing up over here. It's going to do a little bit of this. I think we're going to bring it back and land it, and then we're going to move and try and back our trailer down there, get to a better spot, and then the hardest part is just going to be dealing with these short rows on the other side of the woods. I could go park along the road for a little bit if I wanted to, but we're not going to worry about that. So we are down to 27 acres here, and then the 13 down the road. Another hour and a half. We'll have this pretty well wrapped up. What time is it now? 3 o'clock, just before 3 o'clock, so we're doing pretty good. Cannot. I found out how long we can run our DJI generator on a tank of fuel. It is 3:30 and it just ran out, so 6:30 to 3:30, whatever that works out to. Drone's coming in for landing. We're 11 acres left in this field. We've covered a lot of ground with it though. I suppose we could calculate our fuel burn per acre with that. Good thing I had an extra can and we had a little bit left. Last flight in this field, we are finishing a perimeter. Go halfway around the field or so. Whoa, buddy. It's hot. We're almost done. We're going to move and we're going to see if we can find a spot on the side of the road to park to do the last 13 acres. Well, we're going to go until we run out of chemicals, what we're going to do. I don't know if we quite got enough in there to do that all or not, but we'll use up what we got. Hold my tent down. We got a couple of trees along the edge here that are less than ideal, but it seemed to navigate that one okay, at least. Where is it going? Oh, changed where it's going to start from. Okay, cool. It was showing me it was going to start over here, so. Anyway, this is all we've got is this little field here. We've got the big electric lines across the road, so this is not ideal sitting along the side here like this, but this is not the busy road. That one is. And there's nowhere to park over there. Yeah, just these small trees that we should probably cut those down. At least that one. Anyway, I think we're only gonna have 4 tank loads here to do this whole field. It won't take much. Oh, took my tent down. Last flight. Finishing the perimeter. It's on the far side over there. Land her and get out of here. We did over 275 acres today. It's 4:30 on the dot right now. I feel like I should go home and spray another 25 acres so we can say we had a 300 acre day, but I'm probably not going to do that. I don't know. Oh, buddy. All right, Lander, strap her down and get out of here. All right. We got everything strapped down, riding where it should go. I'm going to go around the block to get out of here, but that's okay. Oh, buddy, it is hot. I am glad I left super early and worked hard this morning and got a lot done because it was way nicer before 1 o'clock than it was after 1 o'clock. I'll look at stats and stuff when we get back, tell you how we did today, but it was around 275 acres, which is a darn good day. Ah, we made it back. It's hot here too. We're gonna load the drone trailer up for tomorrow. Not going back out tonight, but we're gonna load up for tomorrow and try and have another big day tomorrow. I've got a neighbor that wants me to spray like 30 acres for them, so I might try and do that for them tomorrow. And I've probably got close to 300 acres to do yet here, so we'll see if we can't get a bunch of that done. We won't get it all done tomorrow. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We've got a day and a half to 2 days of spraying with the drone left for corn, and then we need to get hitting the soybeans hard, I think. Might go take the gator around and look around here a little bit tonight. And I do intend to spray some soybeans with the drone, but we're not going to do all of them that way. Yeah, we got to get them done. So anyway, I'm going to fuel up and load up the tanks on here, and so everything's ready to go in the morning. Spraying early in the morning looks pretty good. I got that one full. This one I didn't want to unhook my pump, so we just gravity fed it. I'll have to move my mixer back over and we'll start with that tank tomorrow. That'll work. We're about halfway through our Mirvis shuttle. You know what that means? It means we're about done with corn, because that shuttle should do our corn and our beans. So that's good. Did I tell you guys we got the rain fixed? I don't know if I did or not. Apparently it was actually broken. I didn't know if there was actually anything wrong with it, or I just needed to go up and check it. But I had sent the air code message and stuff to Taylor, to the salesman with Rooted Ag, 360 dealer, and he sort of had a pretty good idea what that meant. And he said there's something called a wobble box. He thought maybe it was broken or something. Well, anyway, he was about a half an hour from here today setting up for a show, and said he was going to run up here and look at it. And so Dad and him went up to the field. He got him back to it, and they changed it and got it fixed, and I started it up. Now the ground is pretty moist. There's a little mud sticking to the tires, but we need like a couple hours to finish the field past number 7, and I'm going to try and let it do that and get back to its home point. There's chances of rain tomorrow, and so we'll see what that rain does, and hopefully you know, we can shut it down for a couple more days and we get some rain. But with only 9/10 up there, or maybe an inch, I figured we were okay, but it's not overly moist and we can keep it moving. One of the boys parked that a week or two ago and left the key on, so we got it jump started here, and drive it around a little bit, see if it'll charge the battery up. Thought we'd look at some soybeans real quick. This is out here in the plot. We got some bugs. Time to spray them. They're a little over knee high, not super tall, but look at all these holes in these leaves. I don't like that. Got flowers? Yeah, we got big potsies. We're late. It's time to spray them. They're R4 beans. I know I'm behind. Oh well. You're supposed to spray at R3. R3 is 3/16 of an inch long pod on the top 4 nodes. R4 is when you have 3/4 of an inch long pods, which we do. It'll be all right. We'll get to them at the end of the week here. I'll go look at some other stuff. I want to go look at some of that early corn where we pulled that. When we did my corn dissection video there on TikTok, I want to go look at that. It's 103-day corn. It was planted early. It should be like sweet corn stage by now. Should go check the sweet corn too, actually. The first plant of sweet corn. It's coming. That one's close, but it's not ready yet. A few more days, we'll have some sweet corn. Some of these first 2 plantings are super thick. I'm afraid we're not going to have good corn because of how thick they got planted. But there's ears out here. We got some moisture to fill them out now, so hopefully it'll be okay. Need to get a fence up ASAP. I don't have time for that. Oh well, we'll get there. Yeah, let's walk out here. Golden Harvest 03U08. 103-day corn. I don't know why our numbering people make things so confusing. We have a 03U08, and we have a 108-day that's 08U00. And I get them confused, the ending part. I just call it 03U. But look how fat our ears are. This is the spot where we had dug a plant up and dissected it in that video and the TikTok video and stuff. And I made the comment that, corn has 7 ears on it, but you'll only ever get really 1. Oh, I was trying to find the hole where I dug that one out at. I don't see it. Whatever, it's in this area somewhere. But look, I was right. See, we have 1 good ear, and then there's the second, and no kernels. Oh, here we got a second, but we got gaps on both sides of it. So this one did throw a second. Not as good as the first, but it happens. It's just not real common. All right, we're going for 1 good big ear per plant. Let's pull one. Take it out of here and see what we got. Definitely brown silk, nice fat ear. We're filling out nicely. Pretty nice ear of corn. Now you'll notice the silks don't detach. Well, that's because they're getting trapped between the kernels now. It's not that they're still trying to pollinate or anything, it's that they can't fall off because the kernels have grown around them and are trapping them in place. So that ear is pollinated. Any kernel you can see that's filled out and is yellow is pollinated, even right out at the end. I don't see, I mean, there's one, right? There's a kernel there that didn't pollinate, but all of these out here did. We got basically as much as we could get. Now we'll see if some of these last ones abort off and don't finish, or if they all finish. Right now, things look good. That's pretty nice here. 16 by 42. Pretty nice here, especially if we can get some size on those kernels. So now our number of kernels is pretty well set. I mean, we might lose a few, but we certainly aren't going to gain any. The only variable left to affect our yield is the size of the kernels. Not test weight, but kernel weight. We need each individual kernel to weigh as much as possible. I don't care how dense they are, I care how big they are, how heavy they are. Whether that's a small kernel that's super dense with heavy test weight, or a very large kernel that's not as dense and doesn't have great test weight but still weighs a lot. That's what's important. So this is what we would call, I'm pretty sure, milk stage. I don't think we're dough stage yet. Let me break a kernel open. See if it pops. Oh yeah, she splattered all over me, right in my face. Milk stage. Be good sweet corn eating if it was sweet corn. It's not. I guess, since I don't have a truck to park in the garage, we'll park that in the garage. Anyway, thanks for watching today. I know these drone videos have got to be getting old and boring. It's really cool. I love watching it, but you guys, it's the same thing over and over. So, fortunately, the days are limited. There's not going to be a ton more, and then we'll get to do some beans, and they'll look a little bit different. So that'll be good. And yeah, we'll get the big sprayer out. Hopefully it rains tomorrow. That's what we're hoping for. Hoping for some more rain. But yeah, we should get a bunch more drone spraying done tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get a couple 100 acres in, and then we'll start looking at getting the big sprayer out. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday, Thursday or Friday, and getting after some of these beans. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Don't forget to head over to Farm Focus, grab yourself some Border View farm merchandise, or, I mean, this came from them. A little farm for profit, why not? They got a bunch of good brands over there, so go support everybody and the fine folks at Farm Focused. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. See you tomorrow.